Good evening, everyone. It's Friday afternoon, finally. It's 3:36 p.m. Not such a bad day today. This week was very crummy. I think the fact that I worked so hard on Saturday, I was drained this week mentally, and I didn't have the strength to deal with the idiot I'm working with. Not most of the crew, just these two old fart that are getting on my nerves. God, sometimes they're getting on my nerve. But I must not show that they're getting to me. So I asked some friends on my forums that I need to see if I could synchronize an audio frequency generators with a diapason antenna, or literally using a delta T antenna. I'm gonna have to reconstruct one. I'm gonna have to look back into the plan that Preston Nicol gave me and see if I can reconstruct one. They say like, oh, it's easy to make. It's two pyramid, one above the other, made out of rods. No, it's not that simple. Seriously, it's not that simple. The delta T antenna has some special wire pattern running through it, and you have to run the wires into a certain fashion, which I did the first time around in one of my experiments, and it created something special. One of my friends that I left the antenna in his vehicle, he actually still have it. He has like a tracking company that tracks his vehicle if it's stolen, and they call him and they say that the vehicle was moving, and he said like, no, it's not, it's in my garage right now. Then the lady says like, no, your vehicle is moving. It's like, I see it on the highway. And then he asked her like, what pattern is it, what road is it going to, and so like, it's coming towards this highway, this exit, and it's there right now. And I say like, that's the road I took to come home. And then he told her like, is it gonna turn left? And then she said like, oh yeah, it's turning left right now. And then like, it's gonna go in a straight line until that street. And then she's following with him as he describing exactly what he did. So something happened like temporarily. We don't know what happened exactly, but something happened. It's when we tried the HDR coupled to a delta T antenna, and it didn't happen anything on the moment, but it happened something later. So that was quite something. So the delta T antenna has a factor that's doing something. Whoa, fucking idiot. It's not two lane here, it's just one lane. Some people are seriously stressed. Anyway, so I'm gonna see if I can make it on a smaller scale and create a frequency audio generators, and then use some kind of toroidal, what I say before, a little sphere, steel sphere that would generate a magnetic field, a gravity field. So I'm gonna try just to scale this down to a smaller level and see what I can do. And where I am right now, I don't have thorough access to all the tools that I need, even though it's a machine shop that we have. But I still can get some stuff machined out, like take my time on dinner time and when the day finish, and just like work on some little parts for the last 30 minutes. Unless I win the lottery this weekend. Tonight it's about $12 million, my local lottery, like the big one, the one that people wait on Friday, and it's one of the lottery that I would love to win, but the odds are 1 in 8 million, and when the gain is big, it's when the gain is a big amount, close to like above $10 million, then the odd climbs up to 1 in 12 million. So you know, it's a game of hazard. You know, lottery is all about hazard, and taking chance, odd number generators. I tried everything. Being able to travel back in time 8 hours and get the lottery result each time and win each time, that would mean unlimited amount of money, you know. And using multiple people to go change your money and to keep their share, and that would be easier to get extremely rich extremely fast. But so anyway, I'm very tired still, and at this pace, I have an easy job this weekend, so I'm going to enjoy that on tomorrow. Because certainly, if it rains like this tomorrow, I'm not going to work outside on my friend's car. I'll postpone that to another day. And my customer Jeeps, the one I worked on last week, he wanted me to install the chrome parts, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go there on Saturday and start doing some wiring and installation for about 3 hours. And yeah, I'll try to dedicate about 4 hours, because that customer is very nice. And he's not a difficult person to deal with. You know, I'm a customizer. I can make whatever I want, and so far I deliver everything that he asked, and we talked together. I did all his 4 cars, so if I would get a person like that for every day, 2 or 3 days a week, I could work just for that. That would be the best. Because when I'm working on the LEDs and I'm working on cars and customizing parts, I'm in the zone, you know. I'm fully creative. I know where I'm heading, and it's one of my top skills. And here in Quebec, it's not something that's in a high demand like in California or Texas, you know. There's very few garage that does customizing, and very few of them, they do custom car modification, all these kinds of things. The level where I'm doing these things is more an accessorization. I install LED lights, and I create parts, new parts, and all these kinds of things. I think one of my biggest specialty would be to create bumpers. I love steelworks, and the rawest form of steel work is creating bumpers, because it doesn't have to be an elegant piece of equipment. It has to be a rugged one, and that's where I excel. I've seen a lot of bumpers that are just flat piece of steel welded together to give it form, but they don't add any reinforcement in the back where it's most critical. So it's not that cold. Anyway, so next weekend is Mother's Day, and I'm gonna celebrate Mother's Day this weekend, because next weekend I'm working. I know that there's a lot more things to do, and I'll be very busy. It's 9 degrees Celsius. It's 14 degrees Celsius, and I'm making fumes. Like, I mean, cold vapor. I don't know if you can see. That's weird, because it's not that cold outside. It's very mild. It's weird. Anyway, so I'm gonna let you on this. Everyone have a good weekend. And that's probably like 2 vlogs I have to upload. So this will be the second one. So have a good weekend, everyone.